Case summary: Fisher v. Bell 1961 is the landmark case in English contract law that revolves around the distinction between an offer and an invitation to treat. The case was decided in the Court of Appeal and is frequently cited to illustrate the legal principles governing contractual agreements. Background facts: claimant, appellant, the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, defendant, respondent, James Bell, a shopkeeper. Facts: James Bell displayed a flick knife in the window of his shop with a price tag attached to it. The display of the knife was seen by the police, who then charged Bell under Section 1(1) of the Restriction of Offensive Weapons Act 1959, which makes it an offense to offer such a weapon for sale. Argument: claimant's argument. The DPP argued that by displaying the flick knife in his shop window, Bell was offering the knife for sale, thus contravening the Restriction of Offensive Weapons Act 1959. Defendant's argument: Bell contended that the display of the knife in the shop window constituted an invitation to treat rather than an offer to sell. Under contract law, an invitation to treat is merely an indication of willingness to negotiate, not a definitive offer that could be accepted to form a binding contract. Final outcome and legal justification. Outcome: the Court of Appeal ruled in favor of Bell, holding that the display of an item in a shop window is an invitation to treat, not an offer for sale. Legal justification: contract law principles. The court relied on established principles of contract law which distinguish between an offer and an invitation to treat. An offer, if accepted, forms a binding contract, whereas an invitation to treat is merely an invitation for customers to make an offer. Precedent cases: the court referred to earlier cases such as Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain v. Boots Cash Chemists, Southern Limited, 1953, which established that goods on display in a shop are an invitation to customers to make offers to buy, which the shop can then accept or reject. Legislative intent: the court interpreted the language of the Restriction of Offensive Weapons Act 1959 and concluded that the legislative intent was not to criminalize the display of items for sale, but rather to prevent the actual sale or offer to sell offensive weapons. Key concept implications. Clarification of legal terms. This case clarifies the important distinction between an offer and an invitation to treat in contract law, which is crucial for understanding how and when binding contracts are formed. Impact on retail practices. The decision has significant implications for retail practices, indicating that displaying goods with a price tag does not constitute an offer to sell, thereby giving retailers control over whether to accept offers made by customers. Key takeaways for candidates. Understand the difference between an offer and an invitation to treat and its implications in forming contracts. Recognize the role of judicial interpretation in applying legislative intent. Appreciate how case law evolves to clarify and define legal principles, providing a framework for commercial practices and legal transactions.
Answer: continuous professional development, CPD, is essential for financial advisors to keep their knowledge and skills up to date, ensuring they can provide the best possible advice to their clients. Significance of CPD. Knowledge enhancement. CPD helps advisors stay informed about new products, regulations, and industry trends. Skill improvement. Ongoing training enhances advisors' skills, enabling them to offer more competent and relevant advice. Adaptability. CPD ensures advisors can adapt to changes in the financial landscape, maintaining their effectiveness and relevance. Contribution to high standards. Client trust. Clients have more confidence in advisors who continually update their knowledge and skills. Professional competence. Regular CPD helps maintain high standards of competence and professionalism across the industry. Regulatory compliance. CPD is often a regulatory requirement, ensuring advisors meet the necessary standards to practice.